Let's dive into some questions from you guys in this special video celebrating our 10,000 YouTube subscribers mark. So thank you all for being such an important part of this journey. Your support fuels these videos and ultimately inspires me to continue with this channel. So thank you so much, and let's now dive into the questions that you guys asked me. First up, grab your beverage of choice. For me, it's this green tea called Gyokuro, which is very similar to sencha, but even more advanced, I would say. So that's the first thing about me. I do love tea. So first question that came up quite a lot is how many years you play guitar. So this year it's going to be 20 years. I have started when I was 10, and basically I first started just playing classical guitar for first 5 years, which, well, if I would play electric guitar from the start, I would probably be much further, but we all have our own journey and everything happens the way it meant. So 20 years. Next, how to memorize all of the scales. Any tips? Well, the first one straight away will be the pentatonic. I know it's such a cliche, but it's so true. By knowing pentatonics, you're able to get the freedom over the neck, moving across in its entirety. It's the simplified way of viewing the fretboard for me, because you're only dealing with 5 notes. And if you can't make even 5 notes sounds amazing, then frankly, adding more to it is not gonna necessarily help it. So just first start with pentatonic and become very solid on it, because then it's literally a matter of just adding more notes to it within the octave. Next question, how do you advance past the pentatonic scale? Well, you basically just start adding 1 note extra in the octave, which would be referred to as hexatonic, and then after that adding 1 more note and you're in just regular major scale with its 7 modes. So that's basically how do you do it. Make sure it's systematic and you exactly know how each of those extra notes sounds like, what emotion, what vibe they create, so that way you can utilize them intentionally when soloing. That's a good question. Is your headless guitar a vague representation of yourself as a person? Well, I would say so, because basically if something doesn't make sense to have in your life, then just don't have it. If something doesn't make any sense continue doing, then just don't do it. So if there is no need having a head, then just don't have it. Focus on what's truly important and just avoid the rest. The 20-80 rule, focusing on the 20% of things that creates 80% of results. Next question, how are you on this level? I play for 4 years. I don't know what to do to become better. Of course, practice, but exactly what? Well, it's all about being intentional. You know, instead of following what people tell you on the internet, including myself, just first answer for yourself what actually you like doing on the guitar. In ideal world, what do you want to do more of? Is that soloing, riffing, or composing your music? So first become clear on that, and then start working with people who are already where you want to be. Because if time is more important to you, then invest in working with someone who is already where you want to be. This will help you years and years and years, just going in a circle and getting nowhere. So it's just becoming intentional, and ultimately you don't even need that many hours every single day in order to become better. Because even if it's half an hour, but it's structured and it's every single day, it's gonna get you much further than practicing for 5 hours, 3 times a week, and just not knowing what you're doing. It's the same thing like in a gym, you know, just going there, exactly know what exercise you need to do for how long, and then that's it. So try to come up with a similar approach on guitar and you'll start seeing results much faster. Next, do you have any Hungarian relatives? No, I don't, but as Eastern European person, my surname is Kocka, not Kocka, which I believe in Hungarian means square. Whereas my surname means a cat. It's a Czech surname and that's where I'm from. Next question, exercise for ear training. Well, what I like to do is to go on YouTube and type in ear training, and basically you first want to get super clear on the 7 most important notes such as C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and just trying to first become accurate with those. It takes time, but it can be easily learned. Even doing this 20% is going to have a massive impact on anything you do. So I would first start with that. Next great question, which amp sims are you currently using? Well, my go-to is John Petrucci from Neural DSP. I absolutely love this plugin. And secondly, I've been recently playing around with Nunchuck from Polychrome DSP from Thomas Rocklin. I had a play around with it after he sent it to me, and actually I was blown away how amazing it sounds, because as a fan of Metallica, those sounds there are incredible, but at the same time, being able to create some beautiful clean sounds, or also sounds for selective picking or thumping with a combination of Fishman Fluence pickups, it just works incredible. So those two are my go-to at the moment. Next we have, what do you think about Chuck Schuldiner compositions? To be absolutely honest, I never had the chance to properly dive into the band Death and his compositions. But I know for a fact he was an absolute beast when it came to using harmonic minor or diminished scales in an absolute different way and just making it sound the way it sounds. After that we have, I want to try to move to England in the future. What can you as a Czech living in the UK advise me? Well, be prepared that the weather is different, people drive on the other side, people are more friendly, but also with that comes a certain cultural shock. So for me it was mainly not being the most open and chatty person. So sometimes, you know, you just get on with stuff, and yeah, that's something that came with a certain level of adapting. But overall, you know, UK is very close to Czech. It's 1.5 hours on a plane, so for me it doesn't even feel that much of a distance. But overall, I'm very happy I made the move, because since I was a kid, I always knew I want to live in English-speaking countries. So, you know, it's important to follow your heart and do what you feel like is right for you. Thank you for that question. And next we have, what were your favorite workouts through your guitar journey? Which one of them really helped you? Where, for me, I think the biggest help was through Chop Builder from Frank Gambale. I played that thing from the beginning till the end, which is an hour workout every single day for I think 2 years straight, and that gave me the technical advantage or foundation, and also for the modes and the theory overall. So I think that shaped me a lot, and obviously then I continued with other Frank Gambale's chords for the economy picking and sweep picking. So I really admire everything he does. He's an absolute legend, and that one was a huge inspiration for me. And lastly, is there any younger generation of artists, guitarists that inspires me today? Yes, there are plenty. For example, we have Tim Henson. You know, it's absolutely incredible the way he uses the guitar. Next, we can continue to Tosin Abasi, which I would still class as the younger generation. But if we want to go either younger than that, then maybe guys such as Matteo Mancuso, Marcin, you know, the way the guys utilize fingerstyle picking is just incredible. Then for alternate speed picking, my huge inspiration is Stephen Taranto. And then for riff writing, Scott Karstad from Fallujah. So all these guys I really look up to, and they shape the way I'm trying to play going forward. And that's a wrap for today's first Q&A video, which I very much did enjoy. So thank you so much for all of your questions. We will definitely do more of those in the future. Thanks again for all of your support, whether that's through watching these videos, liking them, commenting on them, subscribing to this channel, or ultimately being part of Modern Guitar Course allows me continuing with this channel and ultimately being part of your guitar journey, which I'm truly grateful for. So thank you once again for all your support. Keep the guitar alive, and I'll see you in the next video.